I just had a meeting, and I think close to client, that is one of 1,000 people in the entire world in terms of take-home income. He's making over $200 million in profit take-home from his business every single year. That's so hard to even comprehend. He has over 1,200 to 1,400 employees from his main business, and then hundreds of others from sub-businesses that he's a majority or high minority owner of. He was just hammering down one thing that's super, super, super important, that he said, Josh, I can see the vision for the business that you're trying to cultivate and create. And he said, I know you're going to get there. No doubt in my mind. You've done every single thing that you said you were going to do, and you're definitely going to achieve this. He said, the one thing that you need to make it happen, I completely agree with him, is how to curate culture at scale for your organization. I feel like I'm about to throw up even thinking about that. Well, I actually just feel like I'm going to throw up because I'm super sick. So it's not because I'm thinking about this. But how do you do that? That's very challenging. The thing is, it's super easy for me to work hard, for me to say, I have 20 things on my to-do list today. I need to do every single one. I will work as hard as I need to. Every single few months, a new level of hard work gets introduced, where it's something that you've never done before. That's what's always overwhelming. It's never overwhelming working on something that you know how to do, that you've done before, that you're confident in, because then you can wake up and you can grind all day. I can do that. I'm usually in the zone and I'm feeling it. What's very challenging is doing something that you've never done before, that you have no experience doing, that seems like this impossible hill to climb. The thing is, it's hard to do things that have a multi-month long process to complete. Easy to do things that you can do in one day because you have this sense of progress and you feel good. Like something that I've been delaying is having a great training and onboarding system for new employees that we're hiring, because for the culture, if you want to maintain super high degree of culture, you have to hire for the intangibles that are important to your business. What would those be for what we're doing? Key characteristic traits that you can't really teach someone. You can't teach someone to be trustworthy. You can't teach someone to be hardworking. You can't teach someone to be an overall morally ethical good person. You can teach someone virtually any skill, but there's a lot of things, the intangibles, that you can't teach. You can't really teach ambition. You can't want more for someone than they want for themselves. If you find young, ambitious people that want to work super hard, could succeed very well in the role into your business, it's your fault as an entrepreneur if you let them down, if you don't give them the tools to succeed in their role, if you don't show them what success looks like, if you don't have it all laid out, what they are working towards, if they don't understand how what they're doing impacts the bottom line of the business. Because if you have a quarterly meeting with, let's say, your top executive employees, and you would say, hey, Josh, you're not doing so well. Well, what if that person's been busting their ass and working super hard, and it's your fault that they weren't doing well? Because that's very possible. If you don't show them what the highest leverage things are for them to be doing, have a very clear picture of what success looks like, you are failing them. They are not failing you. So building this is just not something that's going to happen in one day. You're not going to grind really hard and finish this in one day. The only way to eat an elephant is just one bite at a time. So just tackling it slowly and understanding that, hey, this is the goal for this quarter, not for this day. Because I like to move so incredibly fast, where it's, okay, I have an idea, let's execute it on it today. Do this and see if it works by end of day and try and build it and just grind. But this is not a project that's going to get done in a day. Most large projects at scale will never get done in a day, which is what sometimes is what's needed to take you from a small business to a medium-sized business that's doing tens of millions of dollars per year. The problems that you have then are going to be some maybe yearly goals that are going to take a very long period of time to accomplish as well. But understanding the process that goes into it to tackle it one step at a time and then just starting to chip away at it, that's a skill set that I need to get better at. And so how am I going to do that? I think I'm going to have this quarterly goal, which my goal by the end of the quarter is going to be have a rough draft and basic onboarding system for very high caliber talent in motion to where we can start to fulfill, especially at the scale at which we're growing. You have two options as a business owner. You can hire the best possible talent. It's going to take reasonable amounts of money because those people already have jobs. Or you can hire super ambitious people and teach them into the role and have them grow into it, and then understand that you are going to be losing money from employees when you first hire them, but after 3 months, they're going to be really good and taking over. And so I would rather do that, but also because a passion of mine is when I was 18, I wanted to work super hard. I was super ambitious, but I didn't know what to do. I wanted to work really, 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 really hard, but I didn't have something to work hard towards that I knew if I did, I would be compensated handsomely for it. So that's what I want to create as an organization, because it's something that I'm really passionate about. I gotta just get better at the end of the day. Sometimes sometimes it's going to be you take 3 steps back to take 100 steps forward. But it's really hard sometimes looking at, hey, I gotta take these 3 steps back or we're never going to go 100 feet. Sometimes you'll be capped out at 15 feet if you just keep on going forward. So that's the importance of getting in these types of rooms and expanding the network. We're really a whole new level. Most of my business owners have hundreds of employees. Their businesses do mid to high 8 figures to low to mid 9 figures per year. But this guy is so far ahead of that. And he's a lot younger too. This is a really young guy. I've taken a lot of inspiration and motivation and just meeting him a few times. I'm super excited to take him on as a client because I want to learn how he operates. Every single person says that he's just the best operator in business. That's what I'm really weak at. Being able to work in tandem with someone like this is a really exciting opportunity. And I honestly feel quite honored. I'm hoping I can get rid of this sickness because I honestly feel like I'm about to throw up right now as quickly as possible. Just got to tackle these bigger problems just one step at a time.